The average American now spends more than 4 hours a day using a smartphone. By the way, that's what the surveys say. The real number's got to be higher than that, because that includes making phone calls, surfing the internet, checking emails, probably 115 other things, taking pictures, texting them to your brother-in-law. The typical person is obsessed. A smartphone is indispensable. You literally can't do without it. Misplacing your phone, even for a minute, is like losing a child at Disney World. It's all you can think about till you're reunited. But how healthy is this? Not spiritually healthy, you know the answer to that, of course, but physically healthy. Is it good for you to be with your smartphone all the time? As it turns out, it's probably not. Several published studies have linked mobile phone radiation to cancer. The National Toxicology Program, a government organization, found that, quote, high exposure to radio frequency radiation used by cell phones was associated with clear evidence, we're quoting now, of tumors in rats. In 2012, Italy's Supreme Court upheld a ruling that said there was a link between a business executive's brain tumor and his heavy use of a mobile phone. Our trusty FCC, though, says there's nothing to worry about. According to our federal agencies, smartphones are entirely safe. Here's the problem with that claim. When the FCC screens for phone radiation, they allow companies to test their phones from up to 25 millimeters away from a person. That's really far. The manual for Samsung's Galaxy 10 Note Plus, for example, tells users that the phone, quote, should be positioned at least 0.6 inches away from your body. Okay, but when was the last time you actually held a phone at that distance? If you're not on speakerphone, you've never held a phone that far away. You have it right up against your ear. And when it's in your pocket, as it typically is, the phone is mostly about 2 millimeters away from your body. A lawsuit filed in December against Samsung and Apple cited its own test from an FCC-accredited lab that showed at 0 millimeters, the iPhone 8 hit users with 5 times as much radiation as federal exposure limits allowed. Samsung's Galaxy X8 was 3 times as high. Now, both of these companies regularly run ads encouraging the use of their phones in unsafe ways. An Apple ad shows a woman falling asleep with an iPhone touching her body. A Samsung commercial shows a pregnant woman holding a cell phone to her belly to take a sonogram. 20 years from now, we're going to look at that ad and laugh bitterly like one of those Camel ads with smoking doctors. Can you imagine they did that? In other words, we should be worried about this. But few people seem to be. The French government has already advised the public not to have long conversations with a cell phone to the ear. In this country, there's almost no public conversation about the risks of this. None. Let's hope we don't have to wait until the statistics become undeniable to talk about it.